Growing up, life was normal. I couldn't have asked for anything better. My mum tried her hardest with me. My dad tried his hardest with me. But I had behavioural issues from a pretty young age. I was just naughty for the sake of being naughty. I was 13 years old, I got kicked out of school for something stupid, getting involved in something I shouldn't have done. That year, my mum lost a baby in the late stage of pregnancy. The year after that, my middle brother, he passed away due to an ongoing heart condition. And then we lost my granddad a year after that, and then my dad took his own life. I just didn't have no care for anyone or for anything. I was emotionless, I was dead inside, and I felt empty a lot of the time. And the way that I'd counteract this is by going to the pub, drinking, or taking drugs, or messing about with my friends. I spent 10 years in and out of addiction and homelessness. I tried pretty much every drug known to man apart from heroin. The only reason I didn't try heroin is because of the people that I knew that was taking heroin at the time said, no, you don't want to take this, you'll never get off it ever. I started to get the thought of what is life, what is the point of life. I couldn't hold down a job, I couldn't even secure a proper house, I couldn't find any joy, I couldn't see any happiness anywhere. Slowly but surely I thought, well, there's only one way out, and that's through death. I thought if my dad can do it, you know, one of the strongest people that I've ever met, if he could get to the point of taking his own life, then surely that's where I'm going to go in life. I went to my friend's house one night in 2017 at a really low point in life. He was one of the heroin addicts that told me to stay away from drugs. And when he opened the door, I'd not seen him for around 6 months, but he opened the door smiling. He was happy to see me, he was overjoyed, and I was like, the doctors must have got him on a new prescription. He invited me into his house, and that night he told me about Jesus, and he told me about the forgiveness what Jesus can bring in someone's life. I'd love to say that I said hallelujah and started following Jesus, but I didn't. I spent 6 months trying to disprove Christianity, which in turn meant that I was reading the Bible. After around 6 or 7 months, I'd give up trying to disprove Christianity and said, right, God, if you're real, then show me that you're real. Show me you're really there. And I didn't know what to expect. I wanted something material, I wanted new curtains or some miracle money package to come from my letterbox. It was around a week later that the friend's wife approached me with a letter in her hand. She says, well, no, this is an application form to join the Oaks Discipleship House at the Message Trust. At first I'm like, this might be the answer to the prayer. This might be God showing me that he's real, but I don't know. I've nothing else to lose, I may as well go for it. I got accepted into the Oaks. The Oaks provided a safe place. I got welcomed into a family environment, and I got taught how to not only love other people again and appreciate other people's company. I started to love myself. Before we'd even had our first coffee, we'd read the Bible and we'd pray together, and we'd start the day by giving things over to God and not holding on to it. And gone from being unchurched and not knowing how to deal with life struggles to knowing the different aspects of how to actually walk one foot in front of the other with Jesus and put him first before all things. Graduated the programme in 2019, got offered an opportunity to do an apprenticeship with the Message Trust. Came out as a qualified property maintenance and developer. After the apprenticeship I got offered full-time employment for the Message Trust then. And I've been there ever since. I met my lovely wife there. We got married in a church full of people, something that I never expected, never felt that I deserved. A miracle happened a year after that, and we got our little baby girl.
I'm so proud of how much he's changed and what God's done in his life, and how much of a good husband he is, and how he loves me, and how well he looks after the baby. Yeah, and I'm excited for what the future will bring and what God's call is on Jamie's life.
I've gone from someone being suicidal and not wanting to live and having nothing to live for, to now having a house, a job, a wife and a daughter who love me unconditionally, and a God that loves me unconditionally. I've gone from a person that used to do a lot of criminal damage and break things and break relationships, and now I get the joy to go around and fix things. There is people that come through the doors who are broken and hurting, and they could come from homelessness, they could come from addiction, they could come even out the prison gates, and it's a joy to work alongside people whose lives which have been transformed and brought from the ground up by the love and saving grace of Jesus.